You need to hear this if you're a young learner. Hey there, young learners! Ready to become sentence superstars? Let's dive into the world of simple English sentences and have some fun. Do you like to talk and tell stories? We use sentences to talk. Sentences help us understand each other. When we use good sentences, our friends know what we mean. We can share our thoughts and ideas clearly. Isn't that exciting? Let's learn how to build amazing sentences. Ready? Let's go! A sentence is like a little train of words. Just like a train needs its cars to be connected in a specific order to make sense and function properly, a sentence needs its words to be arranged in a particular way to convey a clear meaning. Imagine each word as a car in this train, each with its own role and importance. It needs a few special parts to work. Without these parts, the sentence would fall apart and not make any sense. These parts are essential for the sentence to be complete and understandable. Think of them as the building blocks or the essential components that make the sentence whole. First, we have the subject. The subject is the main focus of the sentence, the person, place, thing, or idea that the sentence is about. It's the star of the show, the one who takes the spotlight and drives the action forward. The subject is who or what the sentence is about. It can be a person, like John, a place, like the park, a thing, like the ball, or even an idea, like happiness. The subject is crucial because it tells us who or what is performing the action or being described. It's like the engine of our train. Just as the engine pulls the train along the tracks, the subject pulls the sentence along, giving it direction and purpose. Without the engine, the train wouldn't be able to move, and without the subject, the sentence wouldn't have a clear focus. Next, we have the verb. The verb is the action word in the sentence, the word that tells us what the subject is doing. It's the engine's fuel, the power that drives the action forward. The verb tells us what the subject is doing. It can describe an action like run, jump, or draw, or a state of being like is or seems. The verb is essential because it gives life to the sentence, showing us what is happening or what the subject is experiencing. It's the action of our sentence. Without the verb, the sentence would be static and lifeless, like a train without any movement. The verb brings energy and dynamism to the sentence, making it come alive. Sometimes we have an object too. The object is the part of the sentence that receives the action, the one who is affected by what the subject is doing. The object is who or what receives the action. It can be a person, like her, in John gave her a gift. A thing, like the ball, in she caught the ball. Or even an idea, like happiness, in they found happiness. The object adds depth and detail to the sentence, showing us the full picture of what is happening. Together, the subject, verb, and object form a complete sentence, just like the engine, fuel, and cars form a complete train. Each part has its own role and importance, and together they create a meaningful and coherent whole. So the next time you build a sentence, think of it as assembling a little train, with each word playing its part to make the sentence work. Understanding these parts and how they work together is the key to mastering the art of sentence construction. With practice, you'll be able to create sentences that are clear, engaging, and effective, just like a well-assembled train that runs smoothly on its tracks. So, let's get started on this exciting journey of learning about sentences. And soon you'll be a master sentence builder, ready to create sentences that shine and convey your thoughts with clarity and precision. Let's see some sentences in action. The cat meows. The cat is the subject. Meows is the verb. The dog chases the ball. The dog is the subject. Chases is the verb. The ball is the object. See? It's like putting puzzle pieces together. Sometimes we might make mistakes with sentences. We might forget the subject or the verb, or we might put the words in the wrong order. For example, meows cat. This doesn't sound right, does it? Dog ball the chases. This is confusing too. Section 5. Fixing our sentences. Let's fix these sentences. Instead of meows cat, we can say the cat meows. And instead of dog ball the chases, we can say the dog chases the ball. See? Now they sound much better. Remember, a sentence needs a subject and a verb to be complete. Section 6. Making sentences fancy. In this section, we will explore how to make our sentences more engaging and vivid. By adding descriptive words, we can paint a clearer picture in the reader's mind and make our writing come alive. We can make our sentences even more interesting. Adding adjectives and adverbs can transform a simple sentence into something much more exciting and detailed. This not only makes our writing more enjoyable to read, but also helps convey our message more effectively. We can add more words to describe the subject, the verb, or the object. For instance, instead of saying the cat meows, we can say the fluffy cat meows loudly. By adding the words fluffy and loudly, we give more information about the cat and how it meows. For example, the fluffy cat meows loudly. Here, fluffy describes the cat, giving us an idea of its appearance, and loudly describes how the cat meows, giving us an idea of the sound it makes. This makes the sentence much more vivid and interesting. Fluffy describes the cat, and loudly describes how the cat meows. By using descriptive words, we can make our sentences more colorful and engaging. This technique can be applied to any sentence to make it more detailed and interesting. The playful dog chases the red ball. In this sentence, playful describes the dog, giving us an idea of its behavior, and red describes the ball, giving us an idea of its color. This makes the sentence more vivid and helps the reader visualize the scene better. Playful describes the dog, and red describes the ball. By adding these descriptive words, we can make our sentences more engaging and help the reader create a clearer picture in their mind. This is a simple yet powerful way to enhance our writing and make it more enjoyable to read. Let's practice adding descriptive words to our sentences. Think about the subject, the verb, and the object in your sentence. What words can you add to give more detail and make the sentence more interesting? For example, instead of saying the bird sings, you could say the cheerful bird sings melodiously. In this sentence, cheerful describes the bird, giving us an idea of its mood, and melodiously describes how the bird sings, giving us an idea of the sound. This makes the sentence more vivid and helps the reader imagine the scene better. Now it's your turn. Take a simple sentence and try to add descriptive words to make it more interesting. Remember, the goal is to paint a clearer picture in the reader's mind and make your writing come alive. Have fun experimenting with different words and see how they change the feel of your sentences. By practicing this technique, you'll become better at using descriptive words and making your writing more engaging. So keep practicing and have fun making your sentences fancy. Section 7. Adding and to sentences. We can connect two sentences using the word and. This makes our sentences longer and more exciting. For example, the cat meows, the dog barks. We can combine these sentences like this. The cat meows and the dog barks. See? Now we have one longer sentence. Section 8. Sentences with because. We can also use the word because to explain why something happens. For example, the cat is sleeping. It is tired. We can combine these sentences using because. The cat is sleeping because it is tired. Because tells us why the cat is sleeping. Section 9. Sentences with but. In this section, we will explore how the word but can change the meaning of a sentence and add depth to our understanding. The word but helps us show contrast or surprise. It is a powerful word that can connect two different ideas and highlight their differences. For example, the sun is shining. It is raining. This sounds strange, right? These two sentences seem to contradict each other because we usually don't expect sunshine and rain at the same time. Let's use but to make it clear. The sun is shining, but it is raining. By adding but, we show that both things are happening simultaneously, even though it seems unusual. Now we understand that even though the sun is shining, it is also raining. How interesting! This is a great example of how but can help us understand complex situations by showing contrast. Let's look at another example. Imagine you have a friend who loves ice cream, but they are allergic to dairy. You might say, my friend loves ice cream, but they are allergic to dairy. This sentence shows the contrast between their love for ice cream and their allergy. Using but in sentences helps us communicate more effectively. It allows us to present two sides of a situation and make our point clearer. When we use but, we can show that there is more to the story than just one simple idea. Can you think of a sentence using but? How about this one? I wanted to go to the park, but it started to rain. Here, But shows the contrast between the desire to go to the park and the unexpected rain. Great job! By practicing sentences with but, we can become better at expressing our thoughts and understanding the world around us. Remember, but is a small word with a big impact. In summary, the word but is essential for showing contrast and adding depth to our sentences. It helps us connect different ideas and understand complex situations. Keep practicing, and you'll see how powerful this little word can be in your writing and speaking. That's all for today's lesson on sentences with but. Keep an eye out for opportunities to use but in your conversations and writing. See you next time. Section 10. Wow, you're a sentence superstar. You've learned so much about sentences. You know what a sentence is, and you can identify the subject, verb, and object. You can also fix common mistakes and make your sentences more interesting. Section 11. Keep practicing. Keep practicing your sentences and soon you'll be a writing master. Remember to have fun with it. Use your imagination and create your own amazing sentences. Happy writing!